So in this video we're going to be running our moulds with silicone to make our silicone appliances. So over here I've got 4 moulds that I'm going to be prepping. They're made of different silicones. So this mould here, the clear one, is made of QC25. This green one here is made of Platsil Gel 25, and then the 2 blue moulds are Key 22 silicone. So to start off with, I'm just going to take some petroleum jelly and I'm just going to massage this into the moulds to act as a release agent. So we want to make sure we go all over where our wounds are or where our sculpts have been, and also into our flashing areas as well. And then what I'm going to do next is just to make sure I've got a nice thin layer. So you don't want a thick layer, you don't want it sitting in any detail because it'll prevent your pieces from capturing that detail. You want it to have a nice thin layer. So just to make sure it's in all the nooks and crannies, but also it's nice and thin, I'm just going to use a brush and a hairdryer. And then once the Vaseline has set again, they're ready to run cap plastic in. So now we've applied our petroleum jelly into our moulds, we're going to put in our cap plastic, and I'm going to be using an airbrush to spray this into the moulds. The cap plastic I'm using is Baldies, and then to protect myself I'm going to have the extraction on. I'm going to be wearing gloves, an apron, a face mask, and also goggles too to protect myself. Always check the manufacturer's instructions when working with these products, as some may vary. So the dilution ratio I like to use is 1 part of the cap plastic to 5 parts of the acetone, which I'm going to mix up in my measuring cup before I put it into the airbrush. So I'm going to spray evenly over the moulds, about 3 to 5 layers of the mixture through the airbrush. So now the cap plastic's dry, I'm just going to take a little pin and lift the edges. And you know you've got enough layers if there's no holes in there. If there is some holes, you'll maybe need to spray another layer or 2 of the cap plastic on. So the next step is to add the silicone into the moulds now we've run the cap plastic into them. I've got Pro-Gel 10 silicone part A and B, which I've already decanted just to make it easier for mixing smaller amounts. And I've also got some Pro-Gel softener as well. So I'm adding in the softener because these are going to be prosthetics. So I'm actually going to add in 100% of the softener. I'm going to mix up equal parts of my A and B, and then I'm going to double that with my softener. So it means the prosthetics are soft and they move with the face. They're almost a little bit jelly-like, so they're really manoeuvrable, which is why we spray in the cap plastic, because otherwise it'd be really sticky. Along with that, I'm also going to pigment my silicone as well. So there's different things that you can use. I like to add in a little bit of flesh powder with some red flocking, but you can also use things like silicone pigments as well. So I've just degassed the silicone and now I'm going to pour it into the moulds. I'm just going to spread the silicone out nice and evenly using my spatula. You want to make sure all the area's covered, including your flashing. And the next step is to just take a scraper, and with even pressure along the mould, you're going to scrape off the excess. And it's almost at a 45-degree angle. The final step is just to take a cotton swab and literally just go along the very edge of your sculpt. This is to take off any silicone because you want this edge just to be cap plastic. so it's easier to blend the edge. So we've filled our moulds with the silicone. Now we've got the deadener in there, so we're going to have to leave them for a little while to cure up. Join us in our next video where we'll be actually demoulding these and going through the application process with you.